Welcome back to In Pursuit 360. Hey, hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. We're at 835 subscribers, so I appreciate each and every single one of you. So today's topic is coming from a friend of mine who actually just applied to a Northern Virginia law enforcement agency. And one of his questions was, what is customer service to you, and how do we judge, or what would be a good way to judge your effectiveness in customer service? So that's going to be our topic today, customer service in law enforcement. Let's get to it. All right, here we go. Customer service in law enforcement. So I have to tell you that this was a real fun one of mine. So in about 2002, 2003, the Stafford County Sheriff's Office made a big push towards community policing and customer service. And there were a lot of the older heads that had a real issue with this. They're like, well, we're not customer service. We're not a retail store. You know, we're cops and we enforce the law, and you know, we're not built for customer service. That's not what we do. And believe it or not, I actually got it. So I am a huge like leadership guy. I like to think of things outside of the box, like the totality of the picture and kind of taking everything in context, right? And if you really think about it, law enforcement, if you look at the old LA police cars, and they may say it still, to protect and serve, to serve, right? Customer service, to serve. Law enforcement provides a service to the customer, which is the community, right? So customer service is key. So the question again that was issued to a friend of mine in this Northern Virginia law enforcement interview was, what is customer service to you, and how do we judge your effectiveness in providing customer service? So let's take the first part of that. What is customer service? What is customer service to anyone, really? Whether you're working retail, computer programming, I use that one a lot. I was a computer science major initially in college. But anyway, so what is customer service just in general, right? It is providing to the customer, whoever that may be, in this case in law enforcement, the community, the service that they expect, the service they deserve, right? So customer service is providing what is required or asked for by the community. It is providing that service in a respectful, meaningful manner that reflects positively on us as law enforcement officers and gains the respect and desired result by the community. Kind of like a lot of talk in there, but I mean, customer service is customer service, right? So if you're retail, customer service is providing what your customer expects. I work toy store, right? So what does the customer expect when they walk into Toys R Us? Doesn't exist anymore. Neither does Lionel Kitty City, but those are the two companies I work for. What do they expect when they came in that toy store looking for a toy or holiday Barbie, right? At Christmas time, they expect, one, to find the product, and two, if they can't find the product, for somebody in the store, an employee, to help them out and explain to them either where they can find the Barbie, or where they can go to get it, or how they can get it, or when the next shipment is coming in on the truck, that type of thing, right? And a happy customer means a return customer. So in law enforcement, a happy customer, the community, is either a vote for the sheriff. That's the one thing about working for a sheriff's office. The sheriff has to get elected every 4 years. And customer service is huge in getting that sheriff elected every 4 years, right? So, and even in a police department, the council members get reelected. And the council members are the ones that hire the chief. And the chief is the one that sets the policy for the department. So customer service, a satisfied community with the service provided by law enforcement, reflects on how the department and everything around it is run or is responded to. You know, you're talking about and this is crazy. You wouldn't think you would have this kind of an impact as a police officer, but I'm telling you, you will. You're talking about your budget. You're talking about who is going to be the commander, whether it be the sheriff or the chief. You're talking about the respect of the neighbors of the person that you were supposed to help, because they're going to go tell their friends. If you sit there and blow somebody off because they got their mailbox knocked down and it's just not a big deal to you, well, they're going to go tell their neighbors. Yeah, that officer came out here. He didn't give a crap. He just blew me off. He's not doing squat. I can't stand those guys. They're lazy as hell. Did you see him parked over at Dunkin' Donuts again? There you go. So, customer service. Oh, yeah. He came out and he took there was a tire tread there that didn't look like it belonged, and he took an imprint of it, and he took that, and he talked to all the neighbors. Didn't he come talk to you? Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he really cared. I hope he gets him. He said he was going to call me. He called me a few days ago and said that he was still checking on it, but he hadn't found anything yet. So are you providing customer service, or are you just showing up and writing some stuff down and saying, yeah, right, whatever, see you later? Okay? Customer service. That's customer service in law enforcement. I don't care how long you've been in the game. If you've never been in the game, law enforcement or any other job that you do on the face of this planet involves customer service. It's always about somebody being happy. Look at me. In Pursuit 360, I have to worry about customer service. You guys are my customers. And if I don't keep you happy, if I don't respond to your comments, if I disappear for you months at a time, then you're not happy. And if you're not happy, I am doing terrible at customer service. That is my bad. That's something I need to work on, right? Because if I provide good customer service, then you guys will keep liking me. And if you keep liking me, you'll keep coming back, which is awesome, which I really do appreciate. 835, let's shoot for 1,000. But anyway, so customer service, right? And then how could you be graded on that? Or how could they assess whether you're providing a good customer service? Well, there's always the easy one. You have any complaints? Now somebody says, oh, if you're not getting complaints, you're not doing your job right. That's old school bullcrap. Okay? If you're not getting any complaints, you are doing your job right. In all the years, so grand total 21 years in law enforcement, I had 0 complaints. 0. And I did 5 years patrol, 1 year as a sergeant, 5 years as a first sergeant, went federal, 1 year as an officer, and then my 7 years as a sergeant, and not one complaint. I advanced. I kept moving. I was doing really well. Everything was great. No complaints. So complaints means you're doing your job? No. I did my job, but I did my job with customer service in mind. So I had 0 complaints. I actually had compliments. I had thank yous. My area, the county that I worked, there were no major issues there. I stayed on top of everything. I worked with other shift members, right? So I worked an evening shift with the sheriff's office of 4 to 2, 4 in the afternoon till 2 in the morning. So I gave a good pass on to the midnight guys, and then I made sure I talked to the day guys before they went home to find out what was going on in the sector I was working. And I kept that communication going. So if I knew there was a problem in a certain neighborhood, I'd make sure I'd go hit it at the beginning of the shift so they would see me. Or I would stop and talk to some people that were in the street in that neighborhood or whatever, right? So I'm out there and I'm talking to people and I'm giving good pass on to my partners, keeping my supervisor advised of what's going on. So ways of grading it, so 0 customer complaints. My fellow officers that are working that same sector acknowledge the fact that I'm working to make sure that we give good pass-ons. Compliments that are coming from citizens in that area. Lowered criminal stats in that area. Change in driving behavior. So maybe I started off in January writing 27 tickets in my sector. And then by June or July, I was only able to write 7, showing that I affected change in the driving behavior of the citizens within my sector because they knew I was on it, right? So there are different ways to measure customer service. So there's customer service by stat, and there's customer service by maybe citizen reaction or citizen comment. So those are some different ways that you can measure that customer service that you're giving. So yeah, customer service, believe it or not, it involves law enforcement. And I'm telling you, the old heads will tell you, this isn't about customer service. Oh, I'm here to lock up the bad guy. Yeah, you're there to lock up the bad guy, but you got to help the citizens along the way, right? To protect and serve. It's the oldest saying that we all ever remember seeing in any law enforcement show we ever watched. Perfect example, I love the show, Adam 12. I'm telling you, if you want a show that gives you a really realistic view of law enforcement, go back and watch Adam 12. It absolutely amazed me when I took the time to watch it. I watched Adam 12 as a kid, right? I took time to watch it as an adult a few years ago when I was on my COVID quarantine, and I couldn't believe how accurate it was. It is so much more accurate than any of these new cop shows that you'll see on TV. Forget about NCIS this and blah, 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 and Criminal Minds, and it's all a bunch of crap. There's no agency that runs like any of those agencies that you see on TV, right? But Adam 12 was actually pretty realistic. They dealt with some serious stuff in LA in the early 70s, mid 70s, that are very pertinent to what happens in today's world, to include, oh wait a minute, hold on, customer service. Yes, they even deal with that in the way that they deal with the people. So go back and watch some Adam 12. I'm telling you, it'll get you prepped. Believe in Adam 12 more than you believe in any other crap you see on TV, to include a certain other show that has something to do with bad boys, something like that, and you figure out what you got to do. So anyway, so yeah, customer service, okay? So it applies to law enforcement, whether you believe it or not. You really need to believe it, because it really does apply, and it can be measured. There are different ways of measuring it, right? Stats, citizen reactions and comments and things like that. So yes, that is a interview question straight from a Northern Virginia law enforcement agency. I'm not going to say which one. But anyway, so again, I hope you all had a great Turkey Day. We're at 835. Love to hit 1,000. Hit that subscribe button down there at the bottom. Make sure to hit that bell notification to know my next video is coming out. Thumbs up. Thumbs down if you have to. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you didn't like about the video, and I will work on improving that in the future, because I'm all about customer service to you. And make sure that no matter what else we talk about or whatever you do, be safe out there.